Welcome back at 9:42 here on Live Impact News. Happy first day of school to you there in South Carolina, Clover, Chesterfield, or Chester County rather, Lancaster, Fort Mill, York County. A lot of buzz, and hopefully everybody has a good first day of school. Well, our morning anchor, Ben Thompson, spoke to the superintendent of Fort Mill School District, and we're going to play this conversation for you now, previously recorded as he was there reporting, field anchoring earlier this morning on Live Impact News.
Superintendent, thanks for sitting down. We appreciate it. Tell us, in your view, what's the perfect first day of school? How does it look like?
Well, we joke, we get them there, get them fed, and get them home is kind of the running joke for the first day or first couple of days, but really just smiles on the kids' faces. Parents are excited for their students to go to school. Our teachers are welcoming students. Our staff's there to support them. Just a lot of smiles, a lot of laughs, and students start learning. I mean, we start that first day. So
You are now a year into the job. You've gotten yourself settled, I assume. So now, with this fresh set of eyes, what are your priorities this year?
So last year, our priority really was to establish and continue the strong culture that Fort Mill Schools has. And now we're really focusing on building on that and establishing a culture of excellence in every interaction that we have with our students and our families, every collaboration between our teachers. We just want every moment to be a moment of excellence for the students that we serve, and make sure that they have the resources that they need to be successful. We've been performing very well academically for a long time, but we still have students that are not performing well academically, and we got to make sure that we close that opportunity gap, that achievement gap, and make sure that all of our students get what they need to be successful as they and graduate high school eventually.
You've been one of the fastest growing districts in the state. Where does that stand now? I know you're opening up another school.
Yeah, the growth continues. It's been slowing down over the last few years a little bit, but mostly that's because there's not a ton of land to build in Fort Mill anymore. But we're still seeing that growth. We're still experiencing those challenges of growth. So we continue to welcome all of our students, and again, we have teachers. We had a teacher shortage a few years ago, but now we're kind of picking back up. We have a good number of applicants that are applying, and we're able to hopefully continue to sustain that growth and continue to offer the best education experience possible for our students.
You've also earned a good reputation, a great reputation across the state, which attracts people here.
Absolutely.
What do you see as the biggest challenge to that reputation in the next 5 years?
Well, I think kind of like I said earlier, I think it's the achievement gap that we're seeing. I mean, we're welcoming students from all over the country. We don't know their experiences before they get here, so it's our job to make sure that we are catching them up if they're behind, making sure that we're giving them that enrichment if they're ahead. I think some of the challenges are going to be making sure that we're offering as many opportunities as we can to our students. We just partnered with Winthrop University. We've been partnering with York Tech and USC Lancaster to offer our students dual credit classes, college credits before they even graduate high school. We'll have students graduating with 36 hours from Winthrop University, not this year, but at the end of next year. So we want to make sure that our students are getting the opportunities. They can earn associate's degrees before they even graduate, so that they can go on to college. It saves their family's money eventually, college money, and we just want to prepare our students for the future, whether it's the trade, whether it's college, or whether it's the military.
You talk about growth. How well do you feel like the district has kept pace with the town's growth?
Oh, unbelievable. I think we have a 10-year building plan, and I think we've done a great job over the last 20 years. That's where we've seen the majority of the growth. The 10-year building plan, we've been able to pass bond referendums. The community piece, our community supports public education in Fort Mill, and they've proved that over and over again by passing these bond referendums, because that raises their taxes. And then the impact fee, we passed an impact fee with York County, and that paid for Flint Hill Elementary School last year. So our community has proven over and over again that they support public schools, and we've been able to build schools and get ahead of the growth, and hopefully we can continue to do that.
Do you feel like that sets you apart from, say, other towns and cities around the greater Charlotte area?
I would say so. I think, Dr. Epps, our former superintendent, did a great job of making sure that we were planning for that growth. And I think because we were able to keep up with that, very rarely did we have to put students in mobile units or overcrowd classes. We were able to build those buildings, pass those bond referendums, and really get a projection of the growth that was coming. Obviously, it wasn't perfect, but we were able to project that and able to build schools so that our schools were not over capacity. We did have some over capacity. We had to freeze some schools and bus students across town, but for the most part, our schools have been built in a timely fashion, and we've been able to keep up with that growth over the last 20, 25 years.
It strikes me a lot of towns around here have a growth issue. But it sounds like it could be a cautionary tale to other towns about what you all have done correctly. Not that you want to lecture other superintendents out there, but I do think there might be a lesson there.
Absolutely. I think if you plan ahead and you're able to project that growth out, there's a lot of people around the state and around the country that can help you project that growth based on past historical data and those types of things. So we just wanted to make sure that we were keeping up with that, and we were giving every student the opportunity to attend a school with low student-teacher ratio and make sure that their schools were not overcrowded.
But as a district that can tout that ratio and can tout new buildings and growth, what then do you see as your biggest challenge?
I think our biggest challenge moving forward, well, we have a few challenges moving forward. I think one is state funding. We've got to continue to advocate for public school funding at the state level. And then another challenge for us is really, again, I've discussed it many times. We've been a high performing academic district, but we still have students that are not meeting the state standards and students that are not graduating high school. We have almost a 96% graduation rate. That means 4% of our students are not graduating high school. We want to prepare all of our students for after high school and make sure that they're going to be good citizens, good community members, preparing them for the military, preparing them for a trade, or preparing them for college. And we want to make sure that we offer those resources for our students.
Generally speaking, have you been able to pinpoint those sort of at-risk students and the students that are going to need the most help?
Yeah, absolutely. We look at that. We look at that data all the time. We're constantly evaluating that and trying to put in, different strategies to make sure that we're meeting the needs of those students. One thing we're doing is high intensity tutoring. We did that this past year at the middle school level. Another thing is extracurricular involvement. Studies have shown that students that are involved in extracurricular activities outside the academic realm are going to perform better academically, they're going to behave better, and they're going to attend school more often. So we want to make sure that our students are participating in their schools, making sure that they're getting involved, because students attend schools for different reasons. Obviously we want them to learn academically, but some students want to come to school to play sports, or maybe to be involved in a mock trial or some type of club. So we want to make sure that we're offering anything that we can to students to make sure that they're getting to school and they're being successful.
You mentioned teacher recruitment a moment ago. Been a big issue over the last few years, but I feel like South Carolina has fared better than North Carolina. Where do you stand going into the school year as far as teachers in general, staff, bus drivers was an issue a few years ago? Where do you stand?
I think we're doing very well, honestly. We have a director of teacher recruitment and retention. She's done a great job of going out across the country and really recruiting new teachers to the area. But also, I think it goes down to the culture that we have here. And I think we have to retain our teachers and offer a great environment for our teachers. Obviously, pay is a part of that, but I think really the environment and the culture of a school is the biggest factor in that. And if we can retain our current teachers, they're going to recruit teachers to come to Fort Mill. And I think if we have that reputation, teachers are going to want to come to Fort Mill.
How do you approach AI here in this district? All of the positives, but also the negatives for both teachers and the students.
Yeah, obviously we have to embrace artificial intelligence, and we understand that. And we formed a committee last year to really look at our policy and our guidelines. And our technology department has done a great job, along with our curriculum department, working together to form some guardrails, I would say, for not only our students but our teachers as well, and making sure that they are knowledgeable enough to know when to use AI, when it's appropriate, and that's something that we're going to roll out these first few weeks. Teacher Week next week, our teachers will be doing a lot of training on AI. And then once our students get back, our middle and high school students who will be using, obviously, AI the most, we're going to make sure that they're trained on when they can use AI and when they shouldn't use AI, or when maybe they should use it partially for different things.
That's interesting. So you had a committee you put together last year, and
Yep.
so you're going to be implementing some new rules, new guidance, that sort of
Yep.
thing. So generically speaking, what are those things for teachers?
So for teachers, obviously we want them to have all the resources they can. I mean, for example, lesson planning. We want our teachers, there's going to be some AI tools that they can use for lesson planning, and we are creating those lesson plans, but maybe you put that in and get different activities, different things that you can help students learn. And then for students, it's really how can they use AI to give them fresh ideas, and how can they use AI to help them with certain topics. But we want them to think on their own. We want them to be creative. So there's going to be guardrails, say, hey, this assignment, you can't use any AI. This assignment, you can use AI for, your outline or your idea. And then this AI, you can use full AI. We want you to prompt AI and see what it gives you. But the main thing is making sure that they're trained and that they know when AI is acceptable and when it's not.
It's interesting. Do you feel like as a district, I mean, is that something you're proud of, that you are leaning into it?
Absolutely. I think we all have to lean into AI because it's not going away. And whether we teach our students and our teachers how to use it, they're at home part of the day as well. They're going to use AI, so we want to make sure that they're using it the right way.
What's your message to teachers and students on the first day of school?
Enjoy it, and embrace the culture of Fort Mill School District. Have those Fort Mill moments. Smile, have fun, make the most of it. It is a wonderful school district. It's a wonderful community, and I'm just excited for those students to walk through those doors on August 3rd, and we're excited to welcome them.
What do you think makes the district special?
I think, again, it's the culture. I think it's, we call those Fort Mill moments, those moments of excellence in the Fort Mill School District. It's the interactions that we have with each other as staff members. It's the interactions our staff members have with students, our parents. It's the support of the community. We are so blessed to be in a community that supports public schools, and I think that's what has made Fort Mill special for so long.
Yeah, go through the numbers for me as far as students, teachers, schools. By the numbers, what do we got here?
Absolutely. So we'll have about probably about 2,700 to 2,800 employees. That's teachers and support staff. We'll have about 18,400 to 500 students. We're still registering students. If you walk out in our front lobby today, we're still registering students. We have 22 schools. We're opening school number 22, which is middle school number 7 this year, Flint Hill Middle School. Excited to open those doors. It's a beautiful facility. So we're excited for all that. It's we feel like we've been opening schools almost every year, but we opened Flint Hill Elementary last year, Flint Hill Middle School this year. It's something to really celebrate.
That's great. Anything else?
No, just excited for the school year. The summers, they can sometimes be long, but we're having shorter summers now. And I just love it when kids are there. I love to go to the schools, see the students, see the teachers. And I think that's what makes the culture of Fort Mill so great.
At this point, do you feel like you guys are caught up as far as with the growth?
I think it's definitely slowing down. We've seen it, but that's because there's not much land to build on in Fort Mill. But
it's a good problem to have.
It is a good problem to have.
You literally run out of land.
Yeah, exactly. Saturation point, I guess you could say. But we are, I think we're going to still continue to grow. There are still opportunities for growth in Fort Mill, and I think we'll see that growth at least for the next 5 to 6 years.
You are a rarity in that you are a product of the school system. You grew up in the school system. You graduated from the school system. You taught in the school system, and now you're leading it. That's really unique, no matter the school system or field of work you're in. What's that like for you?
It's amazing. It's very humbling experience. I mean, Fort Mill has been so good to me. It's given me so many opportunities, not only as a kid growing up and as a product of the school system, but it is awesome to help lead a community that has been so supportive, not only of me, but of people that I've grown up with. And I'm just so excited to be able to continue to lead this school district. I love this community. I love this district more than anything, and I'm just excited that we can continue to move on and continue to grow.
Let me ask you a tough question. I know it's very different. Do you think the school system is better than when you came up in it.
Absolutely. I think with growth comes opportunity. And I think when I was in high school, obviously education was, I was 30 years ago. Now we're talking. So now we have career clusters. We have so many opportunities for students. I talked about dual credit classes, trade classes. We work with York Tech on those. We have trade classes at our schools. And even my son, who's going to be a junior in high school, is taking advantage of those. So I believe our students have so many opportunities now in the Fort Mill School District. And I think that's just wonderful.